Welcome back to Be Rich. We wanted to discuss something different today, so I thought we'll pick up a topic that happened yesterday. Not many would have realized. Of course, in India, people would have realized the way gold swung over 2 days. At one point, gold was nearly 60,000 rupees for 10 grams, and I did a program in Tamil. The very next day, gold fell by 2,300 rupees. And then it so happened there was a budget and a post budget. On the day immediately after the budget, it went to 60,000. And one day after, it fell by 2,300. On the day the markets went up, everybody was searching for me, but I was not available to ask why it went to 60,000. And nobody came to ask me why it dropped by 2,300. Gold is supposed to be a safe haven with little volatility.
Yes.
But on a single day, gold moved up 4-5% in rupee terms. What happened? And if you were a trader trading on margin, you would have got wiped out on gold also. So let's get in. Have my brother Anand Srinivasan with me to find out what happened to gold. Vinod, what happened?
Dude, that is a question I need to ask you. It's very nice if they bounce the ball at me, like Wasim Akram, if I'm running down. I am not Sunil Gavaskar or anybody. I'm more like Harbhajan Singh. I'll go take a wild swing, and most probably I lose my wickets. But there's lots of fun in watching me bat, I guess.
No,
So
not
let's
at
come
all.
back. You please tell me what is the reason behind this? Because it was scary to watch gold swing like that.
No, it swung primarily because of Jerome Powell. The day before, on the day of the budget, was also the day in which the Fed met. And immediately after that, Jerome Powell declared victory and said he will increase rates, but the main battle is over and inflation is slowly trending down.
It's under control.
It's under control, and this is not the last of the rate hikes, but there will be rate hikes more. But he was more or less happy and pleased as punch with the way things were going, and the market took it as a very dovish stance, felt that the rate hikes were over, maybe a rate hike more or two, and then the Fed would start to cut. But he didn't say this. This is the market interpretation. I guess Jerome Powell gave up fighting the market by telling them he's serious. And then what happened is gold took off. It moved to 1950, almost 1935 per ounce. Now, the very next day was an important report that came in US. There is something called as inflationary expectations, where people predict what would be inflation next year.
Correct.
That is primarily you judge by how much wage rise is happening every year.
Based on the wage and other
And the,
data.
and the other data is how many jobs have been added by the US economy.
Correct.
And that everybody expected inflation, unemployment will rise to 3.6 or 3.7, and it would be a general good news. But when the market actually saw the news, and this is released by the Department of Labor.
Correct.
So they said instead of creating 2 lakh jobs, America created 5 lakh jobs, which shows that the demand in the market is very strong for labor,
Yes.
and also that daily wages went up by zero point 0.5, which was analyzed to a 4.4% growth rate.
Which all contribute to rise in inflation. That
Obviously, if
means
there
more
are more
people are
jobs,
employed,
more employment,
more wages,
more wages,
higher wages.
higher wages, higher more money chasing same goods and services,
Yes.
and therefore there was no dampening of demand. There would be no dampening of demand.
Correct.
Then they thumbed the nose at Jerome Powell and said, "Boss, we are not done yet." And
Yes.
this is what most economists have been warning him. And so immediately the market swung the opposite way.
Got scared. Got
Market
spooked.
got scared. Market spooked. The dollar, I saw the treasury yield jump by 12. I don't know how much the S&P fell yesterday, but it would have fallen.
True.
And when S&P fell, immediately the markets got spooked and gold fell dramatically, and gold fell to 1863 per ounce, nearly a $50 drop. Once that happens, in terms of Indian rupee also, it swung, it dropped and dropped big by 2,300. But it is a buying opportunity. You may get a even bigger buying. It's very difficult to say where it will
Where the
stop.
bottom is.
Bottom is,
Can't predict. Like they say, a falling knife, what you always say.
so it's like a catch. Gold is falling, For those in India, gold is very important because gold against gold you can get immediate cash
Correct.
for loan,
Yes.
about 80% of it. So
Nothing as safe as gold.
nothing is safe as gold. So it's a good buying opportunity. Will it drop more? Yes, it can drop more. It can drop another $100. But will it? I don't know. But definitely this represents a buying opportunity because the Fed will be forced to increase rates even more.
And it also gives a glimpse in what is actually happening in terms of inflation and in the market.
Yes, the
This is
market.
because it's not a stock thing. It's not the stock market being artificially kept up and all this.
You cannot keep
You
gold up.
cannot play in the gold market. You cannot artificially pump up
No,
gold.
no,
And
no. The market genuinely feels that it was taken aback by that news. The players, what gold price indicates is that the labor report was not good. Demand in America is stronger. So the rate cuts which people were thinking would come in 23 would not come till the second half of 24. And the Fed might have to increase rates much more than the point 0.5 they are now expecting. They
so
are
this
expecting March 0.25, May another 0.25 maybe, and the Fed will stop.
So this goes against all this last 10 days of news cycle which has been going on, saying IMF is saying the market is doing better, the global economy slowly uptick is happening, projections are better. Only UK seems to be the sour note in Europe. Other than that, the rest of the economies, the major G7 economies are going to show green shoots are coming.
You can say green shoots are coming if you say 4 is our target to the lowest inflation. But if we are going to come back to 2% inflation, I remember Stani Druckenmiller saying one thing. At one time, your interest rates have to be higher than the inflation for inflation to come down.
Correct.
Now, so if inflation is 7%, that's where it was,
Yes.
or 6.7, or whatever was the inflation in
The
America,
highest point, yes.
highest point, your inflation has to be
Your interest
higher,
rate has to be
higher than that,
marginally higher than that, yes.
marginally higher. So, and you are now at 4.5 to 4.75. So, unless inflation dramatically drops
Drops
to
to below 4.
below 4.5, that's not going to, this change is not going to happen. Then there is another problem, which peculiar problem in India, which I picked up, which will have effect globally. One of the main commodities in the world is wheat,
Yes.
and wheat is grown primarily in Russia and Ukraine. They are supplying to the world.
True. Bread baskets.
They are the breadbasket of the world. Now, what has happened? There's a war and nothing is happening there. So there's a shortage in world market.
Yes.
India is normally thought of as self-sufficient. From 1970s, we are supposed to be self-sufficient.
After the Green Revolution.
Yeah, so we were exporting wheat,
Yes.
and we can stabilize the price globally, but we are not buyers in the international market. There is a possibility this year. Wheat in Indian government stocks is at a 6-year low,
Okay.
and the government has announced a 5 kg for everybody rice wheat scheme. Now, the problem in the 5 kg scheme is the first 5 kgs is free. Then I have to buy it in the marketplace. So, if I have 20 people, 4 people in my house, this 5 kg will not take me far. So, I'll have to buy 5 kgs outside. And last year, because of heat wave, the production was short. Government didn't increase MSP. The private traders collected all the stock.
Correct.
Now we have got an above average sowing. That is 30 million ton is the 6-year average. 30 million acres is a 6-month average for sowing.
Yes.
Now we have had 34 million acres. But if there's a heat wave again this year, and if the government does not increase prices, the private players will buy all the wheat. The government
They'll
will,
vacuum all that up.
yes, so unless the government offers a bonus. Now, if you offer a bonus, it means you are pushing up wheat prices overall. You are in trouble. So, the wheat is also telling us that inflation is not all that well in
Globally.
globally and especially in India. Like if India turns importer of wheat by any chance, looks unlikely today.
Very unlikely.
But if India becomes an importer of wheat, then the whole hell will break loose in the international market. So that is another thing you need to watch. Both these data on gold and in wheat tell me that inflation problem is not licked at yet. It will take some more time. And therefore you cannot expect markets to run away. And therefore you remain cautious and be in the bond market in the margins and keep picking up stocks on and off.
Correct. And this also gives the idea of why gold prices suddenly moved around.
It will move around,
Yeah.
and I expect it to drop further. But if
How much it will drop, when it will drop?
it can drop to 1750 per ounce, but if there is some other news which says that the problem is solved, the market wants the problem to be solved.
It's looking for anything actually.
It is clutching at straws.
Correct.
Anyway, guys, I hope you understood this. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this content, like my video, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified about a video. Once again, I thank you for your support to Be Rich. Do us a favor, forward this to your friends and relatives and persuade them to take a look. Once again, thank you. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.